Hey guys, this is IX bringing you another Transformers-related review. This is another third-party accessory from Dr. Wu. It is the TP09 Dark Tyant. On the front here, we can see it has sort of the chest of Megatron. We have the sword itself down here. This is meant to represent the Dark Star Saber from Transformers Prime, used by Megatron. Much better packaging than the Skybreaker. Looks pretty cool. Now, similarly, to get this out, open it up here, and then gently squeeze on the box. This should come sliding out, but be very careful. There's a lot of parts on this sword that can snag. Anyway, here is the sword itself. Again, incredibly impressive. Very big piece. Again, we'll get out our ruler here. Just about 7 inches once again, the same length as the Skybreaker sword. This here has 2 sections of plastic and no paint apps at all, which is fine because there's not a whole lot of painted detail on the actual sword. Let's start from the bottom and go to the top. Some nice details on the hilt, very sharp sections all over this. Also some very thin sections. Again, this is a collector's piece, not really meant for play, and thus is quite fragile and quite sharp, so be careful. But some really nice details in there, and once we reach this point, it becomes this really deep purple translucent plastic, which is nice. It's got a lot of dimension to it. The Dark Energon blade. Really jagged looking, really gnarly. This thing just looks excellent. Here it is with the normal Star Saber. They're about the same size and they look very nice with each other. Polar opposites, and that's what they're supposed to be. Now, this sword comes with a little accessory that my version of the Skybreaker did not come with. Future versions of the Skybreaker sword, like the translucent blue variant, came with sort of this kind of similar piece. But with this set, we have this little piece that I can only assume is meant to attach this sword to the back of some of your figures. However, I can't really figure out how to do it. Maybe it's just supposed to rest between these sections, like this, but it doesn't really attach anywhere, which is kind of strange. Maybe it's just supposed to balance on the back, but for whatever reason, this piece seems useless. But regardless, the sword itself is what you get it for, so it's not too big of a problem. Now, I display this with my Deluxe class Megatron from the 2-pack, just because I think this is a better figure than the Voyager. I think it looks better. I don't have the Voyager, and I think that this sword would scale better with the Voyager. I just like this toy better, so, and it's what I have, too. But either way, just like on the Star Saber, this piece on the bottom can twist off. And then you can slide it through Megatron's hand. Again, be very careful with these thin little parts here. You don't want to put it too far into his hand. You could risk breaking those. Again, this seems like a pretty sturdy plastic, but I would not risk it in the slightest, just because of the design of the sword. There's a lot of very thin parts. Anyway, here is the sword, and it looks fantastic. The purple matches the purple on the toy itself pretty well, and just looks great. Now, unfortunately, the one Megatron I have is a bit shorter than the Optimus Prime I like displaying my Skybreaker sword with, so it's a little size inaccurate, but the swords do just look great on these two guys. Again, if you're a fan of the show, this is a must-have for your Megatron, but if you're not all that fond of the show, then it's probably not necessary to get. It's for collectors, and it's for the toy collectors, and fans of the show, and I am both of those things. So that is about it, guys, and this is IXXX signing off.